Welcome to today's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeeba Noreen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Hunter Biden found guilty on all three charges in gun case. Blinken meets with Israeli opposition leaders amid Gaza truce push. Trump to meet with congressional Republicans. Pro-Palestinian protesters arrested at UCLA during final exams. Baltimore shipping channel fully reopens after bridge collapse. Puerto Rican Day Parade descends on NYC's 5th Avenue for 67th year. YouTube star Ben Potter, who ran the channel Comic Historian, dies in unfortunate accident, wife says. UN says Israeli forces and Palestinian armed groups may have committed war crimes in a deadly raid. Malawi's vice president and 9 others are confirmed dead after the wreckage of their plane is located. "39 migrants dead after boat sinks off Yemen." Hundreds of caged animals are killed in fire at Bangkok market. Pakistan stay alive with 7-wicket win over Canada. And World Cup winner Klose named coach of Nuremberg. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden has been convicted by a jury of lying about his drug use to illegally buy a gun. A 12-member jury in federal court in Wilmington, Delaware, found him guilty on all 3 counts against him on Tuesday, making Hunter Biden the first child of a sitting U.S. president to be convicted of a crime. Hunter Biden slightly nodded his head after the verdict was read, but otherwise showed little reaction. He then patted his lawyer, Abby Lowell, on the back and hugged another member of his legal team. First Lady Jill Biden arrived at the courthouse minutes after the jury delivered its verdict and was not in the courtroom when it was read. Hunter Biden left the courthouse holding hands with the First Lady and his wife. They did not speak to reporters, got into waiting SUVs and drove off. The jury deliberated for about 3 hours over 2 days. The judge set no date for sentencing, but said the timeline is usually within 120 days. That would place it no later than a month before the November 5 presidential election, in which Joe Biden is seeking re-election. Sentencing guidelines for the gun charges are 15 to 21 months, but legal experts said defendants in similar cases often get shorter sentences and are less likely to be imprisoned if they abide by the terms of their pre-trial release. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with top Israeli opposition leaders Benny Gantz and Yair Lapid in Israel to push for a truce in Gaza. In his discussion with Gantz, Blinken blamed Hamas for the failure to reach a truce agreement. They discussed a proposal to secure a ceasefire, release hostages, and provide humanitarian aid to Gaza. Gantz, who recently resigned from the Israeli war cabinet, is a significant political rival to Prime Minister Netanyahu. Blinken's meetings with Israeli opposition leaders are uncommon, highlighting U.S. frustration with Netanyahu's Gaza policies. The U.S. is advocating for a ceasefire despite Netanyahu's public commitment to continue the war until Hamas is eliminated. Hamas has shown willingness to engage with the ceasefire proposal, demanding a complete Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. Meanwhile, the UN Security Council called for an immediate ceasefire based on the US plan, which includes a 6-week truce to allow for prisoner exchanges and further negotiations. Former President Donald Trump is set to meet with congressional Republicans in Washington, D.C. this week. In the morning, Trump will meet House Republicans at the Capitol Hill Club, followed by a meeting with Republican senators in the afternoon at the National Republican Senatorial Committee headquarters. Before the afternoon meeting, Trump will address the Business Roundtable, a lobbying group. On Monday, June 17, House Speaker Mike Johnson and Representative Richard Hudson will visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago to update him on congressional races. Senator John Barrasso informed fellow GOP senators that hearing directly from Trump about his summer plans and discussing a strategic governing agenda for 2025 would be beneficial. A senior Trump campaign official confirmed the meetings will focus on policies that Trump believes will benefit the nation. These include no cuts to Social Security or Medicare affecting seniors, security borders, enhancing community safety, promoting an America First foreign policy, and implementing economic policies aimed at lowering taxes to revive the economy. These meetings highlight Trump's continued influence in the Republican Party and his focus on shaping future policy directions. At least 25 people were arrested after setting up multiple pro-Palestinian encampments on UCLA's campus on Monday. The UCLA Police Department said the encampments were unlawful. The protesters caused damage by spray painting brick walkways, damaging a fountain, tampering with fire safety equipment, damaging patio furniture, stripping wire from electrical fixtures, and vandalizing vehicles. The protests began around 3:15 p.m. when about 100 people linked to a UCLA student organization set up an encampment at the top of the Janus Steps. Despite initial warnings, the group moved only after multiple dispersal orders from the police. They then set up another encampment on the Kirchhoff patio using tents, canopies, and patio furniture to create barricades. The group also disrupted final exams by entering Murray Hall. After another round of dispersal orders, the protesters moved to the courtyard between Dodd Hall and the School of Law and set up a third encampment. UCLA Associate Professor Graham Blair, a member of Faculty for Justice in Palestine, reported that one student was injured by a rubber bullet. Blair criticized the authorities, saying the students had been following dispersal orders throughout the evening. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The main shipping channel into Baltimore's port has fully reopened after the March 26 collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which had blocked most maritime traffic. Officials announced the reopening on Monday evening. This follows a major cleanup effort, with crews removing around 50,000 tons of steel and concrete from the Patapsco River. The collapse happened when a container ship lost power and crashed into one of the bridge's supporting columns, causing 6 members of a roadwork crew to fall to their deaths. All victims were Latino immigrants working an overnight shift to fill potholes on the bridge. The Port of Baltimore, crucial for processing cars and farm equipment, was mostly closed for several weeks during the cleanup. Some commercial traffic resumed recently as portions of the channel reopened in phases. On May 20, the cargo ship Delhi, which had been stuck in the wreckage, was refloated and guided back to port. Crews then opened a channel 50 feet deep and 400 feet wide. Now the full 700-foot wide Federal Shipping Channel is open, allowing two-way traffic to resume. The announcement means the port can ramp up its operations, easing the economic impact on longshoremen, truckers, and small businesses. Thousands of people lined Fifth Avenue from 44th Street up to 79th Street in Manhattan on Sunday, celebrating the National Puerto Rican Day Parade in style. Everyone brought a lot of energy to the 67th annual parade, and this year's theme, Boricua de Corazon, or Puerto Rican from the heart. The parade was graced by an array of distinguished guests, notable American politicians such as Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, and New York City Mayor Eric Adams were in attendance, alongside city council members, state senators, and other dignitaries. It goes to show the spirit and energy of the Puerto Rican community, over 700,000 strong in the city. They help make the city what it is, Adams said. The iconic parade has been taking place in Manhattan for nearly 7 decades, and it is known for being America's largest celebration of Puerto Rican heritage. This news was covered by Millennium TV USA and Millennium News 24 CEO Taufadir Noor.
And Fifth Avenue, City of New York, 2024 today, and we are ending Puerto Rican Day Parade over here, Fifth Avenue, and City of New York right now cleaning up Fifth Avenue, and we are ending the show. Stay with us, Millennium News 24. Thank you very much. This is Taufadir Noor from Millennium News 24.
YouTube star Ben Potter, known for his channel Comic Historian, has died following a tragic accident, his wife Natalie Potter announced. Ben, 40 years old, passed away on Saturday. Natalie shared the news on the channel's X account but did not reveal details about the accident. Ben started the Comic Historian channel in 2014, where he posted audio dramas of comic books and shared opinions on comic-inspired movies. His latest video was posted Friday, a day before his passing, and garnered nearly 200,000 views. In her post, Natalie described Ben as a loving and supportive person. To many of you, he was comic historian, voicing stories from across multiple different mediums. To his loved ones, he was one of the best and most supportive individuals anyone could ask for. He was our rock, and he would reassure his loved ones whenever they needed it, she wrote. Natalie also asked for privacy as the family grieves. Natalie emphasized that preserving Ben's YouTube channel is her current priority. She noted that Ben's channel was one of his greatest achievements. Ben spent over 10 years spreading his love and appreciation for his hobbies. It was through his love of exciting stories and well-written characters that got him started on YouTube, she said. Ben Potter's contributions to the comic book community through his YouTube channel will be remembered by his fans and loved ones. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world, continuously revolving around various events, Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. The UN Human Rights Office is concerned about possible war crimes by both Israeli forces and Palestinian armed groups during a raid that freed hostages but resulted in the deaths of hundreds of Palestinians. Jeremy Lawrence, a spokesperson for the office, highlighted violations of rules meant to protect civilians during the raid in Nuseirat refugee camp. Palestinian health officials reported at least 274 deaths, including many women and children. Lawrence emphasized the dangers faced by civilians and hostages in densely populated areas. He called for the prompt release of all hostages, condemning their initial capture as a breach of international humanitarian law. The Israeli diplomatic mission criticized the UN human rights chief, accusing him of unfairly blaming Israel for rescuing hostages. Both parties are accused of potential war crimes, according to Lawrence. Malawi's Vice President Saulus Chilima, along with 9 others, died in a plane crash caused by bad weather in a mountainous area in the north of the country. President Lazarus Chakwera announced the tragic news on state television, saying the wreckage was found after a day-long search near Zuzu. The president expressed deep sorrow, describing Chilima as a devoted leader and family man. Former First Lady Shanu Zimbiri was also on board, along with 7 other passengers and 3 military crew members. The group was headed to Zuzu for a funeral when the plane crashed. It had departed from Lilongwe but was advised against landing in Zuzu due to bad weather. Air traffic control lost contact with the aircraft shortly after. Hundreds of soldiers, police, and rangers searched for the plane, which disappeared during its 45-minute flight. Chakwera asked for a moment of silence to honor the victims. A boat carrying more than 200 migrants sank off Yemen, leaving at least 39 dead in the latest disaster on the perilous migration route from Africa, a UN agency said Tuesday. Boat with 260 migrants sank yesterday. 39 dead, 150 missing, 71 survivors, the International Organization for Migration said on X, referring to Monday's sinking. The post did not specify the migrants' nationalities. Each year, many tens of thousands of migrants from the Horn of Africa set off across the Red Sea in a bid to reach the oil-rich Gulf, escaping conflict, natural disasters, or poor economic prospects. In April, 2 boats sank off the coast of Djibouti just 2 weeks apart, leaving dozens dead. In 2023 alone, it said it documented at least 698 deaths on the route, including 105 lost at sea. The IOM said on Tuesday it was providing immediate aid to survivors. Hundreds of caged animals died Tuesday after a fire struck Chatuchak Weekend Market, one of the most famous markets in Thailand's capital. The fire was reported early in the morning and quickly swept across more than 100 shops in the market's pet section, according to the Bangkok government. Officials said it took them about an hour to bring the fire under control. There are no reports of human casualties, but Thai media reports suggested that the fire killed several hundred animals, including puppies, fish, snakes, birds, and rabbits, kept in cages and locked inside the shops. The cause of the fire is being investigated, said Bangkok Governor Chachart Sitipant, who visited the scene after the fire was put out. Officials could be seen at the site in the morning inspecting the shared shops or breaking metal gates to bring out animals that survived the fire. Officials said they are still working on estimating the cost of damage and that affected shop owners could register for compensation. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 17,919.11. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 118.42 points or 0.66%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,134.79. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 96.63 points or 0.25%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,028.05. The Shanghai index is decreased by 23.23 points or 0.76%. Hong Kong stock close price is 18,176.34. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 190.61 points or 1.04%. Bombay stock close price is 76,456.59. The Sensex index is decreased by 33.49 points or 0.04%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Pakistan kept their T20 World Cup hopes alive with a 7-wicket win against Canada. Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam's partnership of 63 runs secured victory with 15 balls remaining. Rizwan scored an unbeaten 53 while Babar made 33. Canada, despite opener Aaron Johnson's 50, managed only 106 for 7. Pakistan's bowlers, led by Mohammad Amir and Haris Rauf, kept the pressure on, restricting Canada's scoring. In response, Pakistan's openers attacked from the start, with Rizwan and Babar leading the charge. Canada's bowlers struggled to contain them, allowing Pakistan to comfortably chase down the target. Pakistan's earlier losses to the United States and India put their tournament hopes at risk. However, this win gives them a chance to advance to the Super 8's round, although their fate still hangs in the balance. World Cup winning striker Miroslav Klose was named coach of 2nd Division German side Nuremberg Tuesday. Klose, who scored 71 goals in 137 games for Germany and won the 2014 World Cup, started his coaching career as an assistant to Hansi Flick at Bayern Munich before taking over as manager of Austrian 1st Division team Alta in 2022. The values that the club stand for match my expectations. I usually go with my gut and immediately I had a good feeling about it, Klose said Tuesday. Sporting director Jyoti Chadjialikshu, who started with Nuremberg in May, called Klose an incredibly meticulous and detail-obsessed coach who has not only had a successful playing career but has a clear idea as a coach. German sports site Kicker reported that Klose had signed a 2-year deal. Nuremberg are 9-time champions of the German top flight, the second highest total behind Bayern's 33, but have fallen on hard times in recent decades and last won the Bundesliga in 1968. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Hunter Biden found guilty on all 3 charges in gun case. Blinken meets with Israeli opposition leaders amid Gaza truce push. Trump to meet with congressional Republicans. Pro-Palestinian protesters arrested at UCLA during final exams. Baltimore shipping channel fully reopens after bridge collapse. Puerto Rican Day Parade descends on NYC's 5th Avenue for 67th year. YouTube star Ben Potter, who ran the channel Comic Historian, dies in unfortunate accident, wife says. UN says Israeli forces and Palestinian armed groups may have committed war crimes in a deadly raid. Malawi's vice president and 9 others are confirmed dead after the wreckage of their plane is located. "39 migrants dead after boat sinks off Yemen." Hundreds of caged animals are killed in fire at Bangkok market. Pakistan stay alive with 7-wicket win over Canada. And World Cup winner Klose named coach of Nuremberg. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.